What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory. Today we are using that FUT swap Ibra and Icon Zanetti in a squad builder. It's going to be a Bundesliga / MLS themed squad builder. That way we get to use the Ibrahimovic and the Javier Zanetti, and we also get the Bundesliga players in to complete the Bundesliga goals weekly objective. So we're going to be starting in the 4-3-2-1. I have got some old players that I've just had in the club that I think will be efficient and effective, but I've also bought some brand new players that I've never used before, and of course we're using some players that I've never used before. And so to start with, we're going to the Bundesliga for some goalkeepers, and we're going to pick Justin. Now, I basically just wanted to use a goalkeeper that I had in the club, and the reason why I picked him over all the others is because he has almost the best reflexes. Only Hradecki has more with 87. But he has the best positioning by far. So he's got great positioning, good reflexes, and also the best handling out of all the goalkeepers. It's only his diving that is marginally worse. On top of that, he's also got a 4-star weak foot, so happy days with that. So we throw Justin in. This is the first time I believe I've ever used him. You can probably tell by the games on him that I'm actually recording the intro to this after I played the games. Because sometimes I'm weird like that and I do it backwards. In at right back, of course, it is going to be Javier Zanetti. This is a weird one for me because obviously I got this Zanetti to complete Hullet, and during Team of the Season there won't be many better there will be many better right backs. But after just playing with him for the few games that I did, I want to keep him. He's so good. He was really, really good. But yeah, we get Zanetti in there. And then for our Bundesliga centre-backs, guys, we went to a brand new player. We went for the 85 Naldo. I actually got him really, really cheap. I got him for 39,250 when he's going for over 40,000 generally. We'll show you right here. So there's one there for 42k. But yes, it's about like 41, 42k. For Naldo, so I got him for 39,250, which is always great. And we've gone back to some old faithful in the defence. We've gone with Boateng and we've gone with Alaba. So I went and picked these bad boys back up. Spent 55,000 coins on Jerome Boateng. Spent 33,500 coins on David Alaba, and even now, like 100,000 coins less than for the pair of these. And they're both still absolute meta players that you can use in FUT champs this late. And unbelievably come under the guise of budget squad players. How crazy is that? Budget Boateng and budget Alaba. So that is our our defensive line for the squad that we're going to be using here today. In the midfield, we first of all start with my main man, Kaka. Now, I absolutely adore this card. This is probably, alongside KDB's Team of the Year card, probably my favourite card in the game this year. Not necessarily the best card that I've used. You know, the Cristiano Ronaldo, the 94 Ronaldo, probably better than him in some degrees, you know, specifically for shooting and stuff. But this is just, to me, this is just such a fun card because not only is it like a super old player that was electric in their prime that I grew up watching, but it's a very, very usable, overpowered card in FIFA as well. And it's a special card. And it was super cheap. It was like 100,000 coins for this Kaka, which is amazing. And you can see there, he now has 90 goal contributions for me in 79 games, which is unreal, especially given the fact that he's played multiple games as a sub coming on, maybe like 10 or 15 games. He's played a lot of games up front, a lot of games at cam, and a few games in centre mid. So considering where I've played him throughout the team and the fact that he's been a sub, that goal return ratio is insane. And his in-game stats are just insane. Thoroughly enjoy him. Next up, guys, we've got another one of the old guard coming in, and that's Bastian Schweinsteiger. So we get his FUT birthday card in. And again, this is a big card, man. I've only played 20 games with him so far, but I actually really enjoy this card. And these kind of cards I enjoy more than the prime icons or the Ronaldos or the Kantes or, you know, the Paul Pogbas. And the reason why is because they're just unique. They're a bit different. You don't see them in everyone's team. Like, they offer a little bit different in terms of like fun and replayability. And that's why I love Team of the Season so much, because you just get these players that shouldn't have cards as good as they have that you can play with. Because what's the fun in using Ronaldo? Because you know he's good, he's Ronaldo. But there's so much more fun. For example, last year when we used Team of the Season Izquierdo, I love that card. You know, blistering pace, great agility and balance. He was a super player for me. And he was so much fun to use because he shouldn't have been that good. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have been able to perform that good. And that's what I get a lot of enjoyment out of these type of cards in there from that. And then in at the right forward spot, guys, we've gone back to a guy that we've used many, many times this year. And that is Alessandrini. And even to this day, Alessandrini is still considered a meta player. He was one of the first overpower players in the game this year. He's an insane card. He's got everything perfect except for the fact that his composure is a little bit low, and then his ball control and reactions are on the boundary of being not good enough. But they're, you know, 83s and 82s are okay. I prefer like the 85s and above. Obviously specifically prefer the 90s and higher. But in terms of his shooting, his passing, his pace, his stamina, this guy is an absolute machine even to this day. In the midfield, guys, I went for another player that I've never, ever used before in FIFA this year. And that is Thomas the Mule, boys. So we went up and picked up an 87 rated Thomas Muller. I got him on open bid for 84k when he's actually selling at the moment for about 90,000 coins. So we'll be able to make a little bit of profit on him as well, which is fantastic. The reason why I bought him for the Road to Glory is because I did actually use him in draft, and he was amazing. And although his card stats, you know, his face card stats, you look at them and you think, what? How is this guy an 87? You know, average pace, average dribbling, average passing, average physical, and okay shooting. But when you look at the actual key stats, the in-game stats and what's important in his game, he's got a lot of stuff in the right area. His reactions are perfect. His ball control, again, borders not good enough, but is about there. His stamina is very, very good. His short passing is good enough, and his vision is okay as well. But his finishing and positioning is fantastic. You know, look at the things that are terrible on this card. Free kick accuracy, interceptions, long passing and penalties. 4 things that are just irrelevant for him and where he plays. Shot power and long shots, I think potentially could be a little bit higher. His short passing, I think potentially could be a little bit higher. But everything else about him is actually okay. So we've thrown him into the team to go there. And then up at the left wing spot, we've got a FUT player that I think everyone ended up getting this guy because he was just super cheap to get. And much like Alessandrini, is a good card. You know, if we compare his face card stats to Alessandrini, 2 less pace, 2 less shooting, 1 less passing, 4 less physical, 5 more defending, and 1 more dribbling. And when you look at Gnabry's in-games, he only has a 3-star weak foot versus 4-star weak foot of Alessandrini. 4-star skill moves, however, but he has great shot power, great pace, great agility, great balance and good agility. But once again, the reactions on him is a little low, and you might be thinking to yourself, why am I emphasizing reactions so much? Well, it's just from my personal experience on playing this game that I tend to have better success out of players that have higher ball control and higher reactions. I think they're very important stats this year in FIFA. He's got great dribbling though, good volleys, good short passing. And for a pace merchant, this guy is pretty decent. So obviously the engine chem style does boost his reactions and ball control up for me a little bit. And that completes the 2 attacking wingers. And then in the top of the team, guys, of course, there is only the one man, the man that we built this team for, the man that we built this team around, and that is 90 rated Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So I went for the Maestro chem style, 4-star, 4-star, 6'5", medium low. Just ridiculous stats. You know, for a big man, the fact that he has 84 agility, yep, he only has 43 balance, but his sprint speed is good. His agility is insane. His strength and aggression are fantastic. His stats in general are remarkable. And look at this team. This is a cheap, playable, fun squad. For me personally, you know, this is a team that we're going to take into Division 1. We're going to test out these players. We're going to see what I need is 6 goals from Bundesliga players. And so the reason why I went for this hybrid with a lack of Bundesliga players, specifically in offense, is because I didn't want to just get into one game, crush some guy 6 or 7-0, score all 6 of them with the Bundesliga players, and then that be the end of the video. So, you know, with a mix of the MLS players as well, for me to actually get the Bundesliga guys to score goals, it's going to be a bit tricky. However, I do have Mbolo on the bench just as a super sub so that we could bring him on. 4-star weak foot, obviously fantastic. He's got decent enough stats, good ball control, good strength, decent enough finishing, good pace. So if we do need to bring on a sub to bring on, you know, maybe we'll bring off Alessandrini for Brio Mbolo. And the beauty of this squad is that we can go 4-1-2-1-2 with this as well. I'm going to start 4-3-2-1 in the games and see how it plays. But we can switch to 4-1-2-1-2 and it will literally be, as you see it, just drop down. So Schweinsteiger will drop into the CDM role, Muller and Kaka at centre mid, Ibra will drop down into the cam role, and Gnabry and Alessandrini will stay up front. So that, guys, is the squad for today's gameplay. Let's get into the action. Okay, guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we'll come up against has got a 4-3-3 superb team. It is a bit of a different team, but it is a very strong team. You know, that Depay, that Fekir, three icons, a team of the year, the Mbappe, the informed Thiago Silva. It's a strong team, and I was like, God damn, the team that I'm using is nowhere near as good as this, really. But anyway, some comments for you guys. Adam Lever says, hey Net, will you buy the cheap team of the season from the smallest leagues or the high expensive rated team of the season from the major leagues? Love the content and keep up the good work. Well, thank you for the kind words, my friend. Both will be the answer. I will be indulging in a little bit of both, and when I find a player that I really like, I will keep those. So I will, right now I have about 6 million coins. I will have somewhere between, now that I've done a few SBCs, and you know, we did obviously the Sessegnon that cost 40k, and we're going to be doing Zanetti and so on and so forth. You know, let's say that I'm going to have 7 to 7.5 million coins through team of the season. Let's say I buy a team of the season card that's 1.2 million and I just absolutely love him. I'll just keep him forever. Let's say I buy a team of the season card that's worth 40k and I absolutely love him. I'll just keep him forever. So yeah, I feel like I've got enough coins to buy any. I will be able to buy any single team of the season player that comes out. There will not be a single team of the season card that is outside of my budget. However, I doubt I'll be able to buy like a full squad of La Liga players or a full squad of Premier League players, just because there will be several players that are 800 to 1.5 million, you know, and specifically like the Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez, etc. Those guys will be super expensive, so I won't be able to get all of them all at once, at least not at the start, but we'll definitely work towards that. The next comment is from Daniel Smart. He says, hey Neps, I want to say thank you. I just started watching your Road to Glory this year and it's definitely improved my game. Just your general discussions about your gameplay has improved my gameplay. I've learned how and when to switch formations in-game, how to adjust my game style to match my opponent, and how to use broken in-game mechanics to my advantages. These things have drastically improved my game to make me a consistent elite player. Perfect, dude. I'm glad, whether it's one of you, 100 of you, or 100,000 of you, if I can help anyone, I've done a good job this year. You know, even if I help one person, I've done a good job this year. So I'm glad I could help you, Daniel. Congratulations on becoming a consistent elite player. And fair play for still grinding out FUT champs, man. I don't know how people do it. I'm at that point now where I feel like the World Cup, because I have got so many coins and because I'm enjoying the way I'm playing FIFA right now, you know, I'm enjoying doing the challenges and the objectives every week. I'm enjoying playing FUT champs casually. I'm enjoying playing DKT when there's a quality reward. Because of that, and because I have so many coins, I have zero desire to grind out 40 games of FUT champs, and that's a strange feeling, but a nice one. It's allowed me to free up a little more time so that we can play more of other games, streaming a lot more, spending a bit more time with my family. You know, all things are going in a good direction. Lewis Mahoney says, do you think Prime Icons will be worth it when Team of the Season comes out? They'll be way cheaper, so if you wanted a Prime Icon to like link together some Team of the Season players and stuff, you know, you could be looking at someone like a Prime Icon Burkamp, who would be fantastic. Right now, Prime Icon Burkamp is 650,000 coins. Probably he'll be down at like 450, 500,000 coins during Team of the Season, and so with that, you know, you could definitely use a lot of the Prime Icons to link teams, and they will still provide a very, very, very good like playing experience for you, because obviously they are Prime Icons. However, there will only be, in my opinion, a handful of Prime Icons at most that will be better than other cards out there. Ronaldo, Gullit, Maldini. I would probably go as far as saying potentially only those three. Some people might argue Ronaldinho, but the Team of the Season Neymar would be better than him. So yeah, it's in my opinion that probably just those major three will be the guys that are just constantly better. Even like maybe even not Maldini. You know, if there's like a solid Team of the Season centre back or whatever, maybe it's better than Maldini. But those would be the ones in my opinion that would. Last, Visions says, you're kind of off subject from this vid, but still a question I've wanted to ask for a bit. If you change any D-pad tactics, such as an attacking or defensive, does it completely override your custom tactics? I realise it would change. I would realise if changing to counter-attack or any of the up or down D-pad tactics. However, the left or right is what I'm questioning. If so, how can you revert back to your original tactics? Great work this year. Keep it up. Much respect from the States. Well, thank you again for the kind words. So, I don't know the exact answer to your question. What I do know is that if you've changed your tactics through the D-pad and you want to revert back, just pause it, go to team management, go to tactics, and one will say custom, and just click on that again, and boom, and put yourself back into balanced, and that's that. Now, I don't, as I say, I don't know if it does change your tactics, because if you set your custom tactics on the pressure and aggression, if you drop them really, really low to like 10 pressure, 10 aggression, you'll start the game on ultra defensive. So I wonder if going attacking raises your pressure and or your aggression. And in that sense, it does play with your custom tactics, but it plays with your custom tactics to actually suit the needs of what you want by going ultra attacking or ultra defensive. I don't know whether it would change the build-up play and the passing, like the shooting and creation sections. I don't have an answer for that, and maybe someone in the chat does have an answer for that. So yeah, it would be good to find that out as to what impact it has on your in-game custom tactics. But to switch back to them, you can just you could just go back into team management and go to tactics and press on custom, and it will just reset everything back to what you had as your custom tactics. Hamza CH says, "Hey Nep, I think you should be more prudent with your monthly red cards, since I remember from last year there were SBCs that required red cards or informs. There are no guarantees that EA will do the same style this year, but just in case you need them, loving the road to glory as always. Keep up the good work." Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. In terms of this, it doesn't, as long as I keep the 81s, which I will keep and have kept. I have like, 3 pages of 81s or something like that. I have about like 20 to 30 of the 81 rated red cards. It doesn't matter if I use my 86s now and then buy 86 rated cards later when I need to do SBCs using the 81s, or if I buy the 86 cards now and use the 86 cards later. However, I personally feel like by using the red cards now and buying the 86 later, it will be more cost efficient, because the red cards now have no cost to me because I don't need to purchase cards, and an 86 rated card at the current time of asking is selling for round, baby, round, like a record, baby, round. Why does it always do that? You click on it and it just disappears. There we go. So a red card right now, sorry, an 86 card right now is around 20,000 coins. So if they drop down to 16 or 14,000 coins, if and when EA release an SBC that potentially requires red cards, then it's actually more financially beneficial for me to do it this way around. Anyway, guys, it did take me just two games to complete the objective. 5 goals with Serge Gnabry. 5 goals with Serge Gnabry in game 2. We got some good pack rewards from all the objectives completed. And you know, we're a little low on coins right now. Well, not a little low, but that's because I've obviously bought some players there to put into that team that I'm going to sell on again. We are over 6 million. Made some good money on those Girouds. A little bit of coins on the Coutinhos, and like I say, you know, once I sell everything up, like straight off the bat, we're about 6.1 million coins if I just sell those players that I just bought. But straight off the bat, we've got Path to Glory Martial, Path to Glory Higuain, Path to Glory Icardi, which are worth about 500,000 coins between them, give or take, especially if I sell them during the hype, and that puts us up over 6.5 million coins. And then there's easily 500,000 coins of other stuff in the club, probably around 1 to 1.5 million coins. So we are still like teetering around that 7.5 to 8 million coin mark for team of the season, which is amazing. And then one last comment, because a lot of people came at this. You remember that guy from a few days ago that made a video about the video with me and Gorilla, and he started like gassing on me and just being abusive to me and telling me that I'm a terrible content creator and that I'm up EA's butt and all that kind of stuff. Well, supposedly he made another replay video giving proof that the 45th minute is manipulated. And lots of people are saying, are you going to address it or anything? I haven't watched it. I don't care to watch it. I saw the dude tweet me as well. I'm not going to have somebody abuse me and be negative towards me to try and get my attention to then engage in conversation with me. If he just came at me respectfully with a video with his opinion and his thoughts and his views and got people to push it to me so that I noticed it, I'd happily have a debate with him. But I'm not interested in someone who just goes out of their way to abuse somebody else to generate viewership or to generate controversy or to get somebody's attention. That's not something that I care about, or not something I want to engage with or deal with. So for those that do ask and have kept asking, and for that dude, if he stumble across this video and hear me say this, I'm not interested in what you have to say, bud. But appreciate the comments, guys. And that is where we're going to end the video for today. So it'll be a new squad for me tomorrow. This is a squad we obviously just done our business with, but this is not a squad I want to take into FUT Champs over the weekend. So I will be building a new team for FUT Champs. I don't know what the team's going to be yet. It will genuinely depend on whether or not there's team of the knockout stage. And in fact, if there's no team of the knockout stage, I very well may not play FUT Champs this weekend. You know, I have no desire to do so. I've done all the objectives. Depending on what the weekly objectives are, maybe I'll build a squad to play in FUT Champs for the new weekly objectives on Friday. But other than that, and we'll know by then as well, because this is going to be Saturday's video, so we'll know by then whether or not there have been new weekly objectives and whether or not there has been Team of the Knockout stage. But for now, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.